What up, guys? We're back on the S10. We've got some stuff we're gonna install: intake, blower motor, throttle body bracket, and a couple other things, and then we'll start looking at wiring again. Hopefully, maybe get some wires hooked up and crank it today. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah. Don't need this no more. Block off plate. That's what I'm talking about. Now we're gonna use these two to plug the holes. One is inverted flare and one is just a flat. Alright, so I installed a few things off camera. It was pretty boring stuff. Walk you through it. So, installed the blower motor. It's just, 6 bolts or 5 bolts all the way around. This tubing here has like a severe kink in it, and I tried rotating it, and then it had two severe kinks going like that. So I'll just get another hose that'll fit up to here. Apparently they're slightly different, but everything's good. The plug is the same. Might as well plug this right in. There we go. Connection, good to go. I installed the intake here since it has the MAP sensor. It looks like they run some sort of MAP sensor maybe. And then I installed the throttle cable bracket, but it uses this weird cable here and it's not long enough. So I'll have to swap out that cable. I don't need a throttle cable to start the engine. I'm gonna cap off a couple things here. The cap I got for that was too big, and luckily this intake seals off that one. So really just need one more cap. On this side here, I wired it in my knock sensor, and then I also wired from you can see my starter back there, sorry. I wired that. I had to change the type. So I'm removing the radiator and the shroud for the clutch fan because it's not gonna fit. I have a slimmer radiator and I'm gonna use electric fans. So here is the other core, a little bit slimmer, and as you can see, it also deletes the oil cooler on this side. So all we have is the two trans cooler bolts or threads for it. All right, and I got some relay kits, SPAL, classic. So that's just gonna mount to my radiator. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna mount this. This radiator. They didn't come with any brackets, so I might use the old shroud and just cut the front off of it. So got the old shroud here, clamps on. Let's get to cutting, huh? The part that nobody likes. Terrible cutting. Put this in there first. Just set it in nice. Alright, now I gotta do a hole saw on the left side. Right here, I'm gonna cut a little hole in it. Alright, got the hole I needed. Let's see if it fits and there's enough space here. Oh, that's heavy. Well, I tried to use the factory bracket, but the motors are actually hitting. So we're gonna have to figure that out. All right, let's try this again. So we're lined up. Oh yeah, and there's a little bit of space. What I did is these fans are reverse polarity, so you can actually turn them around in order to do push. So these are going to be push fans, unfortunately, but it works on my 240 drifting, so should work on this, right? let's hope so. Once the wiring's ready, this will go in. That was the whole reason for getting that ready, is so when the wiring's ready, then we can put the battery and kind of be ready to go. Well, I started looking at this piece and I was getting ready to weld it on, and that way I get that lower bumper installed. And then I realized, I was like, well, what does this have to do with drivability at all? Or not just drivability, but like with getting an engine running. And I realized I was just running circles again like I do when I start working, and really just avoiding this wiring. So I'm going to go inside, take my wiring diagrams, and I'm going to study it and come out here, study it, come out here, and kind of just hopefully get it done tonight. We'll see. So yeah, I'm going to take a quick break, do some studying. All right, guys. I figured I'd document this while it happens. This is going to be super sketchy. Let's fill you in here. So wiring, I got the power that I need there, and then to the, hopefully the ignition switch. I have to plug all these in to the ECU, and I'll show you, I got the starter wired up here. This goes to the alternator and this fuse block for AC, I guess. Okay, so it's gonna be super sketchy. I'm using I have a second power cable because I forgot that I already had one. So I have a second power cable here. I grounded one wire there to the frame, one here. It was just as quick as I can. I'm just trying to see if what I wired was correct, and that's the alternator bolt, so that might interfere. So now I'm gonna take my power wire for the alternator, and let's see, I made this super sketchy thing because I need to get another wire for the fuse block to the battery. Look at this, it's the only terminal I had. And that's gonna go right over the power. And then look at the other side. Wow. Hopefully we get enough power to the fuse box, and we're just gonna crank it and see if it rotates. Also, I have none of my spark plugs connected or the coil because I need to get a screw for the distributor cap. So it should not crank over. We'll hear if the fuel pump turns on. It should, but it might not. Let's just see what happens. I gotta hook up the power terminal, and let me make sure I have a key. I don't even know if I have a key. Let's make sure nothing is gonna be in the way. Whew, all right. Let's see if I was able to comprehend all those diagrams. All right, let's see what happens. See if I can turn my flashers off. Woo! Jeez. All right, let's see if we can get the engine to rotate. That starter was not long enough, so it wasn't turning the engine. Swapped it out for the factory starter. Let's see if it works. All right, so it should rotate now. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Woo! That's exciting. So just a couple more things to do. I got a list for it, and we'll be ready to start this thing. See, I got lots of wires here that I'm going to have to tape up, but I'm not going to tape any of it yet until we get it idling, and we'll just tape them up basically for precautionary reasons so we don't jump spark or jump power anywhere, like it starts grounding out or, you know, issues that you could have. But super excited. This is crazy. I hope you guys are excited. I did not expect to get there today. I've been out here for about 7 hours just tinkering away, and I got ADHD, so I started working on the bumper and then the front end. Anyways, here I am rambling. Super excited. Hope you guys liked the video, and stay tuned if you want to see this thing running. It's going to be extremely loud because it's open headers, so come watch that video when I get there. Hopefully in a week or so. I don't know, days get busy, but I'm going to be working hard on it. And like I said, I've got stuff I want to do to the 240, but this is what we want right now. We want to get this thing on the road. So like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you guys next time.
Funny girls and then I let it go. I be a bitch to the right, I ain't doing